There is nothing which is wrong with the country that a new government cannot fix. It is time for a new start, a fresh beginning, new direction, people-centered leadership. That's why Team Unity Dominica introduces the Clean Slate, a new political direction for the current political era. The Clean Slate, an idea built on new and progressive energies based on what is best for Dominica and Dominicans. The Clean Slate, the platform for a new and progressive political coalition. The Clean Slate, uniting the partisan colors with a message of renewal and hope.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to you and yours. Those in Dominica, those internationally, welcome to another Team Unity Dominica program. Welcome to the Clean Slate. I'm your host here, Carlos Charles, and I'll be taking you through this program, and I will be joined by a special guest. Just hold on, she'll be joining me shortly. But for now, we just want to thank you for tuning in to the Team Unity Dominica program, the Clean Slate. We're here. We didn't take a break, but we have been retooling, getting things right for Dominica, talking and listening to the ideas that the Dominican public have, what exactly they want in terms of representation. So we've been here, we spend the time reflecting on our role in Dominica's active politics. We study exactly what the people want. We, of course, undergo training every week without fail, and as well engage in active recruitment in getting new people. And we've been working on the ground in several communities in Dominica. We got a vivid idea of exactly what Dominicans want. The people want a clean slate. The people want new people, renewed energies. And the people want a progressive message of unity and hope. They want people that they can believe in, and they want an end to the old 1950, 1960, 1970 style of politics and the tribalism that is so apparent in Dominica's politics. They want an end to all of that, and they want some fresh, some newness in the politics. Dominicans, they also want people who are serious about people and people who are selfless about the interests in Dominica and Dominicans. The people also want a real message of pride and self, people and country, and they want action. They want it to be done now. So our training focused on the people's desires. We had seminars, we had drills, we did role play. We did a lot of other empowerment exercises. And we're here now to present ourselves. We're doing the rollout of our new people little by little and starting the conversation, getting ready for the next general election whenever it is called. So good night to everyone, and welcome to another Team Unity program, the Clean Slate.
There is nothing which is wrong with the country that a new government cannot fix. It is time for a new start, a fresh beginning, new direction, people-centered leadership. That's why Team Unity Dominica introduces the Clean Slate, a new political direction for the current political era. The Clean Slate, an idea built on new and progressive energies based on what is best for Dominica and Dominicans. The Clean Slate, the platform for a new and progressive political coalition. The Clean Slate, uniting the partisan colors with a message of renewal and hope. There is nothing which is wrong with the country that a new government cannot fix. It is time for a new start, a fresh beginning, new direction, people-centered leadership. That's why Team Unity Dominica introduces the Clean Slate, a new political direction for the current political era. The Clean Slate, an idea built on new and progressive energies based on what is best for Dominica and Dominicans. The Clean Slate, the platform for a new and progressive political coalition. The Clean Slate, uniting the partisan colors with a message of renewal and hope.
Thanks for staying with us. You're here looking at the Clean Slate, a program organized and put together by Team Unity Dominica, responding to the requests of the people of Dominica. So yes, folks, during the time that we been retooling and getting things back to the way that persons wanted, a lot has happened. First of all, let me recognize some of the persons who have done well in the time that we've been quiet. Let me recognize Thea Laffer. Thea has won the Olympic gold medal, and this is something that has never happened in the first Olympic gold. I remember Jerome Romain did well in years past, but now young Thea has made us proud. And while I'm at it, let me just make mention of Juju in St. Lucia. Today they had the rally welcoming her back to their home country, our sister isle of St. Lucia. Probably if we were in government, something sort of like an exchange we would have done to bring Thea over to St. Lucia and bring Juju over to Dominica and do some sort of exchange, twin our islands, sister islands together in celebration of this amazing achievement that these two young ladies have achieved. Probably we don't know when it will happen again. Like so many years we have been having the Olympics, and finally Dominica has achieved gold. So that is something we need to shout it from the top of Mont Diablo. Congratulations to Thea, and we wish her well in her future endeavors. The other thing that I need to mention and give congratulations to is Annette Sanford, the new Kalinago chief, the first female Kalinago chief. And she was recently installed after her winning of the election, the Kalinago chief elections. And she, just about 2 weeks ago, they had the program where she was officially conferred as the new chief. We thank the previous chief for his stewardship and representing the Kalinago people, and we wish him well in his future endeavors. Another something I need to mention is Kavem Hodge. Kavem has done well in bringing us the first Test century, and of course, Alik Afanaz doing well on all levels of play on the cricket, be it in first class cricket, in the one-day international Test cricket, and of course the 50 overs format. Another set of people that I need to make mention of is Issa Bantam, Ridge, Mr. Ridge, the Bouyon artists who have won in this historic award show that Dominica, through a lot of the parts by Miss Jill Joseph, who has been doing a lot of Bouyon promotion. And these guys have brought back awards, and especially among so many of the heavyweights in the Caribbean. When I make mention of Asa Banton being one of the top award-winning person in his category, and Ridge, of course, in the Bouyon category. We just wish to wish these guys well as they continue the endeavors, flying the Nature Isle flag high everywhere they go, and seeking to improve their craft and marketing the whole genre as they perform all over the world in these festivals and the different activities that they take part in. So shout out to you, Asa, Ridge, and of course JL for doing a fantastic job in promoting Bouyon. And JL as well won an prestigious award in her writing and filmmaking. JL, you keep doing good for Dominica, and I wish you well as you keep pushing for the best that you can achieve. Recently, of course, we saw that some young men released a song about a couple months ago, or was it weeks? And that song reached 1 million views in a matter of a couple days. And the song I make mention of is the song Big Belly Season from the Quan, Little Boy, and Trilogy, the former Calypso King of Dominica trilogy. These guys put together that song, and it has been making many waves internationally and of course locally. Wish them congratulations and the best as they endeavor to make the Bouyon reach to the levels that probably it used to be in the past, and further as they grow from strength to strength. While I was on the cricket earlier, I may have omitted to mention Stefan Pascal. Stefan has been doing well in the youth West Indies youth cricket side, and he has been knocking on the doors of even the senior sides. I know his mom and dad, his parents are very proud of him. I remember some time ago when he was internationally, and these guys did the representation with the Dominica flag. You couldn't pay for that. You cannot pay for that. And these guys are very proud to represent the Nature Isle and flying the flag high, supporting their son in his pursuit. Well, guys, that's enough of me and the on this part. I need to move along, and I need to introduce a young lady who she she's a dynamic person, and that person is Miss Petra Carbon George. Petra has been with us as we've been in the recruitment drive. She's came on board. She has been listening to the message, our message of hope, and she has been part of our training. And I need not go too much into it, but allow me to introduce Petra. Welcome, Miss George. How are you?
Good night. Good night. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I would just like to welcome you to the Clean Slate, the program of Team Unity. And of course, you being one of our pillars on the team, welcome on board. And just introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you're about. I know you're passionate in a lot of the work that you do. Tell us about you.
Well, as my name is on the screen, Petra Carbon George, I'm really passionate about moving Dominica to the next level. I believe we have greatness We have everything that it takes to be great. We have the rivers, we have the soil, we have the weather. So I believe that if we work together as a people, we can be the star of the Caribbean. And so my real passion is finance and agriculture. And as you may know, some people, but if you don't know, I try to get produce from Dominica
Hold on,
to the
hold on, hold
Virgin.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let's we come into that. We come into that. I have to hold you back on this a little bit. Let us talk about Team Unity's scholarship that we did just a few days ago. We 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 present we presented the scholarship to a 6-year-old from Calibishi. Promise made in 2022 in the formation of Team Unity. We made that promise that we were going to make a $1 million scholarship, and the word 1 million probably raised us to persons who wonder, but where Carlos and Alex and them getting $1 million now to give somebody, going to give somebody $1 million? But no, this is not the idea. It's not, we're not handing someone $1 million. The idea is to present the value. You can't put a price on education,
That's right.
but in our mind, we're presenting a value of $1 million scholarship to one person, and that person being someone who started school at the time that we informed, and this person is none other than Ava Liebert from the community of Calibishi. She is presently a student in the Calibishi Primary School. This student was not selected by Team Unity. And of course, while I'm at it, I'd like to thank the principal, the staff, the parents of the Calibishi Primary School for assisting us, and of course, the village council in Calibishi for assisting us in selecting the child and getting her ready for to accept the scholarship from Team Unity. I met young Ava. I met with her parents as well as myself and members of our team. We met her, and she's excited. Her mom is excited. The teachers and the principal are excited about the scholarship. But let's go into this video. Any comments before I go further, Petra?
Yeah, that's a great initiative that the party started, and we hope that in future time, with the help of others, we can also contribute to other children. If it not give them $1 million scholarship, but we could assist from time to time. So, if anybody on the live interested in helping people, especially those in the diaspora, are interested in helping children from the communities, they can always reach out to us and we will help them to help those in Dominica. We believe education is very, very vital for young people, and great education is even at its best for young people. And so our support behind Miss Ava is right there, and we just encouraging the public to just adopt a child. Like if you have it, adopt a child, and let us not leave our neighbors behind. Let us help each other and continue the culture of love that we once had in our beautiful country, Dominica.
All right, so now the scholarship itself is channeled through the Hope Foundation that is helping ordinary people everywhere. And we just want to thank the persons who are part of this organization who assisted us in putting this scholarship together. Um, and this scholarship was calculated based on the cost of schooling for the duration of a student's academic life. So the start of school till the graduation of university level. And it took into account everything that is associated with being educated, both in Dominica and out there. The award is non-partisan, meaning TUD is not expecting the parents to come and wave a TUD flag. So we have no expectation on the parents, and it is not transferable. And TUDs did not play a direct role in selecting the persons. like as I mentioned earlier. And we the staff members of the Kalibishi School, I just want to say thank you for helping us in selecting that process. So the scholarship is therefore a partnership between the Team Unity Dominica and the Hope Foundation, the residents of Kalibishi, and the Dominica community by extension. And we'll have a press release giving more information on that in the next coming hours, days as time goes by. And I just want to give a shout out to the parents of Ava, that is Letitia Liebert and Ian George, who have been very cooperative and are very excited, of course. Very grateful for the fact that we selected their daughter. And Ava is a bright child. I went over to her home and I'm already seeing awards stuck up on the wall at her home. And not like they knew we were coming, but
I
they said
know.
that your child did well and you're proud of your child and you see that certificate of excellence. You hang that on your wall so that every time they come out of their room, that's the first thing they see. Give them motivation to do better as they continue their school life. So Petra, I probably talking too much. Let me let's hear.
No, no, no. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. I mean, when a child is already showing the extent of her performance at that age, you're just happy to be part of that progress. And that is what we are. We're just happy to be part of Ava's progress in education. And we wish her all the best. We will work with her like our own. And we are calling, as we say, as I said, the village of Kalibishi, because she's from right there, to keep an eye out on her, to help her along the way. That the young people are our children, and so
Yes, so and as as part of this, she may have to, not may, she has certain commitments that she would have to keep in order that she maintains the scholarship.
yeah,
A lot of them would become more serious as she gets older, which would be not limited to but include doing social work within her community. Of course, you're not expecting 6-year-old Ava to go and help somebody do something at this time. But as she grows and matures, she'll be expected to do certain things to as a part of a commitment to school, and of course do well in school.
yes,
Do well.
definitely. We want her to be community oriented.
That is correct. That's correct. So Petra, that is it on the scholarship for now. As we go on for the rest of the week, the press release will give further details as to the scholarship and so on. Probably will post a couple of pictures in the media. But for now, I can probably give you guys a little peek at little Ava here with me and her mother at the presentation. Right. So yes, Mrs. George, let us talk about your thrust in getting Dominica to push a lot more in the agricultural sector. Let us talk about that.
Yes, Mr. Charles. So, Dominica has the best soil in the Caribbean, in the world by extension. Somebody can correct me, but it's my country. I love it very much. So I put it first. And so, one of the things God has blessed us with is the soil
Mhm.
and the rivers
Yes.
and the climates. Even if climate change is there, we still don't suffer that much as some other countries who do not have the resources. So, agriculture is one thing I learned. Growing up, my mom did farming. My father was a farmer as his profession. My husband is a farmer as well. So, I'm a farming girl, even if
Farming
I
is in
don't
your blood.
get
Farming is in your blood.
yeah, even if my hands don't get dirty right now, but I do love farming. I love to eat from the soil. And one of the things I've listened to people who spoke about eating produce closest to the soil, it's help with health. And so this is one of the things that motivate me to really push our agriculture in the US Virgin Island, where I am currently in St. Croix, to have our produce in the stores so that people can eat good food from Dominica. And so my hope is to build a base with the farmers in Dominica and have them come on board, and so we can work together as a team and collaborate with each other to ensure that their produce gets sold and that people on the in St. Croix and later down in life in the US mainland can enjoy our good produce of our country.
So, what have you been doing so far in terms of that? What sort of work have you done in getting this going? And what has the feedback been like so far, both in Dominica and abroad?
Well, the feedback in Dominica is great. I have a young man from Marigot who prepares my produce for me. And I also ship with for another young lady from Dominica as well, La Plaine area. She's been in St. Croix way longer than I have been. And she herself also brings local produce to her gas station as well. So we collaborate together and we charter the plane to have the produce come to St. Croix. So we have this gentleman in Marigot who package our produce for us, and the farmers that I know, I you know call I like the in between person. So I speak to the farmers and I let them know who will pick up my goods for me, and then he gets it from them and package it for us to come to St. Croix. Um, Last week, Friday night, we had a good trip. Um, we had 8,000 pounds of dashing from Dominica for 4 to 5 different supermarkets in St. Croix. And the supermarkets were very excited. They called and they let me know that the produce from Dominica, the customers were very happy. And they wanted to know where this produce come from because it's a while they have not eaten some good dashing like that. So the even
That's
the
in the swamp.
yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you which one from swamp, which one from where, but I'm telling you, everybody that cooked that dashing, they were excited. They were saying that, boy, long time I haven't eaten a good dashing like that. And you know me, my nose coming long because I tell them that
The
dashing
no
from
stretching.
Dominica.
Dominica.
Yes, Dominica. And so the supermarkets were happy. The feedback they're getting from the customers is great, and so they like as soon as it finish, make sure that you have our dashings coming up. And not only I want to do dashings, but for now we starting small because we only our plane can only the one that we charter can only hold around 7,000 pounds from Dominica. So imagine I had 2 planes on Friday night because I had almost 10,000 pounds of produce from Dominica. So I
Wow.
am doing my part and I am trying to get our produce on the shelf of the people in the US Virgin Islands.
Okay. All right. Cool. 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 Let, in terms of packaging the this the products, the produce that you're getting from Dominica. Any thought? What's your thought process in that? I'm assuming you get them in Dominica, not packaged, but regularly that in boxes and so on, and you want to, yeah. So any thought to getting it into the mainstream supermarkets?
Yeah. We have it packaged. Well, the packaging from Dominica is boxes or bags
Yeah.
right now. So yes, we just bring it to the supermarkets, they display it. But in future time, we want to come up with a name that when people see our produce, we could have that label on our produce so that they can know exactly where the our produce come from. When I went to the supermarket, I saw other produce from other countries have a little label on it saying where it's from, so people are aware. It bring awareness to the people. So that is one of my things I want to do later down, as you know, we grow and develop that initiative, that when somebody buy the dashing, it will have that little tag, Essence of Dominica, on it. And so everybody will know that that produce come from Dominica.
A taste of Dominica,
Yeah.
essence of Dominica, so persons can get. And any plans in terms of growing it? You're saying that the farmers are being very receptive. I'm assuming, but you just got what? How many thousand pounds?
We just brought up 8,000 pounds of dashing, and then
Right.
we had, yes, and then we had another. We had some plantain, we had sweet potatoes, we had cucumbers.
I know
Um,
I know you do peppers as well.
yes, we had the peppers for that last trip. Actually, the supermarket ordered 35 boxes of peppers, but we could not get 35 boxes of peppers. We only got 4 boxes of peppers. So I'm encouraging our people in Dominica to go to hit the fields, cut some land, and get some peppers going. Peppers is very high demand in the US Virgin Islands.
So what
And so
in terms of the local economy, how do you see it? What does the selling of this stuff do to the local economy? And correlate that so the ordinary man can understand.
yeah, because just imagine you're a farmer and you sell, let's say you had a 2,000 pounds, and you sell your dashing at $2 a pound. In that week you make $4,000.
Right.
Like, you literally make $4,000. You could take care of your bills, you could take care of your family. And the gentleman that sells, because I'm not on the ground in Dominica, the gentleman is the one who does everything. So um he is going to come up with he's going to get a large sum of money, and it's not going to stay to him alone. He's going to distribute it to the farmers that he bought the produce from. So it's the economy, people
When
will feel
you say
better.
he's going to get a large sum of money, you mean he's going to go to the bank and just get money, or
Yeah, well, we pay him
oh,
for
so
that.
you're
Yes,
saying
we
that
pay him,
the
so he'll get
produce,
that large sum of money, and then he go to distribute it to the farmers who brought the produce from him, and then the
right?
farmers in turn will go to the shops. The shopkeeper will make the money, and it's just they will pay their bills. Domlec, the Wasco, everybody will get paid. So it will that farmer this week is going to be happy, because he made some money. He could take care of his family. He don't have to rely on anybody. So that's why I always tell people, farming is one of the things that you can do to make your life better. Because you now, I am doing my part. I listen to the people years and years saying we want to plant but we don't have no markets. So I went to St. Croix and I saw the markets to bring our produce there. They already had people doing it. But again, transportation to get the produce there was an issue. We had that gentleman who was doing the flights for us, and then he would get older, and then he no longer could do the flights and so forth. And I said to myself, I say, two customers call me. They're like, Petra, why you don't go into doing your personality? You're so driven. Why you don't take up that initiative and just bring the produce there? I was like, me? How are you going to get all that money to pay this charter to come there and so forth? But when you work, when you're honest person and people trust you to pay them back, that's what that happened. So when I first started, a young lady paid the whole plane. And then when I get everything together, I just pay her back for the flights. And so once you start something, somebody will come along to help you. Once they see the drive that you have to develop, because she herself is a Dominican as well,
Right.
and she was happy that I took that initiative, and she wanted to support.
Okay, so with that in mind, how do you think we can get our young people to get into the agricultural sector?
Well, we have to do that. We have to do that one-on-one with them, and show them the money that they can make out of agriculture. You know, when people hear about agriculture, they think about dirt in their hands, and but money have no name on it. When you take your money to the bank, you take it to the shop, and nobody gonna ask you where this money can come from. If it's from farming, if it's from fishing, and
Right.
so because and then you'll be able to take care of yourself. So we have to show the young people how going into farming can help them develop financial freedom, if you call it that, financial freedom, where you have your money, you can do what you want, you can move around, you can take your vacation, you can pay your children's school fees, you can pay your bills on time, and you can buy groceries for your home, you can even build. Because if you go on a large scale farming right now with what I'm trying to do, and if you going to work with me and you go into farming and we establish that market, because I don't only want to do in St. Croix, I want
Mm.
to expand and go to the mainland. I have a few Dominicans in the mainland as well who's telling me, Pesha, can you bring the produce to Florida? I mean, long time we haven't had that stuff. Some people do send stuff to Florida. I'm not sure what they send, but the people that reach out to me, I sent 100 pounds of dasheen to New Jersey for a young lady that she sells it over there as well. So she ordered with me 100 pounds of dasheen, and when the dasheen come, I send it to her to New Jersey. I also send um some to Washington, Seattle, for a lady. She put in an order. She's like, I need to eat some Dominica dashing, and I send it for her as well. So if we work together as a team, farmers, myself, other persons in that same business, we could change the economy of Dominica. Can you imagine if we go big scale on this, Mr. Charles, and we can at least what we're doing bring in $100,000 a month in our country
And that is
to
if
farmers?
if we have the transportation.
That's
You
right.
you already demonstrated that the markets are available. The markets
Yes,
are available. So one, you have the transportation, you get that improved. Two, you focus on the market. Probably you can look at getting testimonials from farmers that you are exist in your program, and get them to work with you to encourage other persons to come on board with the initiative and grow the program, so that other persons, even the young people, can get on board, and it can grow and get bigger from strength to strength, and the Dominica brand be fly high in the international markets.
that's right. That's right. So that's why one of my what I want to do next is to come down to Dominica in person, because when you're overseas and you're speaking to people over the phone, you don't really, they don't really know you. They only
Right,
know your voice.
right.
So I want to come down and meet the farmers who have been always trying to get me the produce, meet them one on one, have meetings with them, show them how we can grow together and how we can build our farming industry together. And I will work with the extension officers in Dominica, because they're already in agriculture, and to help them so that they can help me to reach out to the farmers that I don't know as yet, that do other things. Like, for example, the yam farmers. They in here the people ask for yams as well. But I know last year most of the farmers told me last year it was really dry. So they did not get that they did not get the yams that they wanted. So we're hoping this year that we could get some yams from Dominica to bring on the market as well. Because even the supermarkets ask for the yams and the plantains as well. So we get in there. Um, I just want the farmers out there. And if you know a farmer that don't listen to Facebook, but you listen to Facebook, just share the information with the farmer. Tell him get on board. Let us work together, because it benefits both of us. It benefits me and it benefits him, and then it also benefits people who are going to eat better food.
Right. I need to ask you an additional question. How does do sports and entertainment? Do you see a marriage with agriculture? Do you see a way that we can make these work together in terms of growing our agriculture export potential?
Definitely. The right people with the right mindset, with a development mindset, with the great initiative, anything can happen, Mr. Charles. Anything. I see. I follow the Caribbean agriculture, Saint Vincent, Saint Lucia,
Mhm.
Jamaica, Bahamas. I follow them on Facebook as well to see what initiative they take to develop their agriculture exports in their side of the hoods. And even Antigua, I follow Antigua, and I saw Antigua buying our plantains, and then they make chips and they export. And I was like,
Value
oh,
added product. They're creating a value added product
yeah,
from the raw
from
material,
our
which is,
exports.
yes,
And I was like, oh my God, this could have been us if we had the set of people who understand that not you don't only want to ship out your goods, but you also want to make your goods into value added products. Because value added products are more expensive to sell. They have longer shelf life than the produce. So I was like, wow, this is us right there. I mean, where are the people to do these things in Dominica? And I was really taken aback. And then I see the other Caribbean countries where I think it's St. Vincent. I don't want or Grenada. I don't want to. I cannot remember off my head which one that had did that dash in export to the UK. And then they had the government was helping the farmers, was giving the farmers the plants to plant because they had to fill up that 40-foot container every 2 weeks. That could have been us too.
right,
So I,
right.
I look at the things the way the agriculture in other countries is developing the economy, and I'm saying like, hey guys, we can do it too. We can do it too. We don't have to wait on people. We can work collectively. I don't have $1 million, but if we get 500 people to come together, we could raise $1 million, and we could buy a vessel. We could have our own vessel shipping out, or we could do some factory on our own and start doing value added products. I also ship out I also bring up cargo like Toloma for other people, cocoa sticks as well. Cocoa sticks are doing very well in St. Croix. And so there's a young lady who usually sends some cocoa sticks for somebody I introduced her to in St. Croix who buy the cocoa sticks, and they have a great relationship. And so we it's just we as people, we as Dominicans, when we out there, let us look to see how we can help our people back home. You don't always have to send money. If you don't have money, that's okay. But you can get the open avenues, speak to people who know people, and open avenues for other people in Dominica who can send their stuff to make monies. Because yes, Dominica's small. We know Dominica's small, and if we plant on a large scale, probably we'll have waste. But if we plant on a large scale and we have Dominicans that are in the diaspora, Dominicans that are in Antigua, Dominicans that are in different parts of the world, working together to bring the produce to where they are, I believe we can change the economy of Dominica. We can change the economy of Dominica ourselves. Obviously, if we in governments, we will put things in place to ensure that this happen. We will definitely, that would be one of our goals, to put stuff in place that farmers can have their markets, established market, that they don't have to say, where am I going to sell my stuff? Like next year, we'll expand on that to ensure that farmers can plant on a larger scale. And not only that, some of the farmers say some of the issues that they are also having, that they cannot produce so much is because the inputs for agriculture is so expensive. So we too, when we come into government, we also put initiatives where duty free. Obviously, we'll have requirements. You'll have to be a registered farmer. For example, the land have to be yours, or you have to have a lease. So we would have put different things in place to ensure that our farmers get the inputs that they need to give the outputs. Because if you don't take care of the farm will not take care of you. It's just like your body.
Well, you see, I think there are those things are somewhat in place. The problem is implementation. Problem
Yes.
with implementation. So that I can guarantee you that is something that we would take a very close look at, be if we are afforded the opportunity in leading the country in the direction that I know that the people of Dominica want the country to go. What can you say to boost the morale of someone, the person? But I go around Dominica every day, and there are persons who say that boy, I give up on Dominica. I don't know. I think my next money is to buy a plane ticket to come out of Dominica. What can you say to that person?
Well, Carlos, Mr. Charles, sorry. Um, one of the things somebody told me, they say, "Oh, but Petra, you're not there." I said, "I'm not there, but I didn't run away. I didn't run away from Dominica because things was tight. When I left, it wasn't because things was tight. When I left, I left so that my daughter could have the opportunity that I didn't have. And so I ensured that my daughter, she wanted to be a doctor. And I tell her, you know what? Let's start by doing nursing. And if you like nursing, then you can go and do doctoring. And so right now, my investment I made for my daughter, she's 2 years now doing nursing in the States. She's doing travel nursing. She's doing well. So
Right.
that was the reason why I came to the US Virgin Islands. So for those that trying to run away and say, boy, I give up on, don't give up on Dominica, because I don't give up on Dominica. As soon as I reach here, I start looking at ways that I could help people in Dominica to become financially free. I'll have that financial freedom. Because what I usually tell people, I am on the outside looking in, and I can send you a rope if you inside to pull you out. But if all of us together inside and nobody not on the outside to pull us out, everybody going to stay stuck. So don't look at the people in the diaspora as, oh, they leave and they go. No, we all need each other. If I am not in the diaspora, then the market would not be there for the supermarkets to get that 8,000 pounds of dashing.
Correct.
So, so is when we live with a purpose. When I left with a purpose. My purpose was to ensure that wherever I go, that Dominican products and produce is on the shelf. So that was my purpose. Somebody else might have a different purpose. So let's not leave the country empty, because if everybody leave, how am I going to get the dashings?
And we can get the exports out of Dominica because you made contacts.
Exactly.
You made contacts, and the process has already started. So it's just a matter of getting the wheels of the process to spin a little faster and bigger. Get instead of 8,000 pounds of dashing, probably you can look at so many farmers giving you 16,000.
Yes, that's the goal. The goal is to not only, because St. Croix population is small as well, and they
Right,
can only consume that much.
right.
But so my thing is, if I am here, why not go to the States? Why not try to establish something in at least Florida, where the population is greater? So that's why I working with a group of people. We are working together to see how we can get this on the road. So hopefully 2025 that should be up and going. So not only we might need 80,000 pounds of dashing.
Because it was when you're talking about Florida, you're talking about how many million mouse,
Exactly.
Many mouse in that place.
Exactly. So, and then so we're going to try to introduce on when I did the survey, not everything in Dominica we produce can go to that long distance, you know.
Right.
With tropical, it takes 8 to 9 days from
So,
Dominica.
so you have done your studies.
Yes, I have done my studies. I have done my studies. I asked farmers, different farmers, how long a shelf life for different produces, so
Mhm.
that I can know when I go to speak to the people in Florida, what type of produce I can tell them that we could bring here. So things like dashing can go, pumpkins, um, yams, sweet potato. We cannot bring the plantain because the plantain will get ripe on the way, and so we can't bring a lot. Probably we could bring probably 10, 15 boxes, but we will not bring a lot because some
So
people
how,
like it ripe.
so how did we get the bananas from Dominica to the UK? Can a similar process be employed to get the plantains to move?
Well, this is what I'm working on now. Because
Okay.
I have not done this type of thing before. So I am gathering the information from those who were there before us in the banana time to
Right.
understand how we can. One of the things they told me is putting it in the reefer containers.
Right.
One of the farmers told me if the plantains are picked one day before shipping dates, and you put it in the reefer container, it have a longer shelf life.
Okay.
So, so these are some of the things that I am gathering so that we can work together to get our stuff out to the not only to the Virgin Islands, but to Florida, because I want our stuff to be on the Florida market for somebody to say, I ate dashings, I ate yams from Dominica. And not only agriculture produce, I also looking at how we can ship the value added products like our plantain chips, our
Right.
dashing chips. I was listening to that young lady from Cassie Bruce. I follow all the programs that progressive on Facebook to try to see who are the people who are trying to help themselves in agriculture, because this is what I'm interested in doing. I do watch other things, but the people, and that young lady from the Barney's farm, she's doing dashing chips, um she's doing plantain chips, she said another chips, and I was like, oh, that is great. I have not eaten dashing chip. I don't know how it tastes, but one that is one some of the things I'd like to come down to Dominica to do, to taste these types of things, because when you go to sell stuff for people, one of the things they ask you is how it is, how it tastes. So
Right.
you have to have an idea,
Idea.
yes, of what you're selling for the people. So I want to come down. I want to bring back my project to come down to make sure, talk to the farmers, to the agro processing persons, see how we can help them to ship their stuff out of Dominica. She said that she's doing good now. She sell to the local markets, supermarkets in Dominica, and that is good. But if I can help her to increase and to make the extra money from shipping out to the US Virgin Island, to the Florida, I will feel good about myself. I would have made, do what I set out my goal, reach my goal in life, to have our produce and our value added products out of Dominica in the States, on the shelves in the supermarket in the States and in the US Virgin Islands. And that is my goal, that is my dream. And I'm glad to work with you, Mr. Carlos Charles, and the others. We come together, like-minded people, to work towards building Dominicans. And I don't care. Somebody like, oh, this person is, I say I am not in this. I'm not in that political rigmarole thing that going on there. I don't care what party you support, that has nothing to do with me. I want to make sure that your life is better. That's all I want to do. My goal is to make sure that you have a better life, that your children can get a better life, that you can start doing wealth, building wealth for the next generation.
So
That is
folks,
my goal.
Mrs. George doesn't she doesn't care if you a labor supporter, a community supporter, a UWP supporter. She wants to work with you. if you have produce that she can sell in the foreign markets, she would welcome you to come on board. And if you're not yet on board, she would like to encourage you to do something about it and work on getting yourself financially independent through agriculture.
That's right. That's right. That's the whole plan. So 2025, calling out to the farmers, and even I even say to the people in the diaspora who have agricultural land in Dominica that is not they are not using. Let us reach out to the young people in our community, see how we can have engage them, see how we can have them plant, and let us work together. Don't let the land just stay abandoned. Just stay in abandon. No, let us make use of the land that we have in Dominica. So for those in the diaspora who have land in Dominica that they are not using, they're not cultivating, reach out to young people in the community, find out if there is any young person that is willing to go into agriculture, and let's get the ball rolling. Let's be financially free. Let us increase on our spending power. You know, one of the I love to read. So I made it my mission this year to buy books on finance, wealth building, to understand what makes people rich. And not only rich, what makes people wealthy, because there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. A person can come rich overnight because you can pay lottery, you can do this thing to come rich, and then next they come back poor.
Right.
But building wealth is a whole different aspect. Building wealth takes discipline, determination, and this is in my farming. As I speak into farmers, this is what I want to come and teach the farmers: how to use their monies in farming to build wealth for the next generation, how to maximize the dollar. So, because as you know, Carlos, my I love farming, but I went to school for accounting. So, yeah, so I love to know how money works, and I love to make money in agriculture. So I want to join the two together and bring awareness to the farmers that you can become rich in farming. I want to just share that example of Mr. Louis in the Coolibistry area. I'm not sure where he's from, but that's where I knew him before when I was in Dominica. He used to
His farm
produce.
is up in Syndicate.
Okay, yes. He used to produce for he used to sell for the restaurant in Ross University. I was working there when I was 19 years. And Mr. Louis used to bring all our oranges for juice, all our grapefruits, our tangerines, our bananas, yams, dashing, just name it. Mr. Louis used to bring that to the Ross University in the restaurant I was working when I was there. So that's and he always used to tell us, farming have he used to tell us, oh, I cannot read, I cannot write, but I know how to make money. This is what Mr. Louis used to tell us. And he have that jovial thing about him. And so I'm just putting it out there. Do not shortchange yourself and say, oh, I don't want to go into farming. Listen, farming have money. Farming have money. And ask Mr. Louis. If you don't believe me, ask Mr. Louis. Mr. Louis said he bought his vehicle. When he bought his vehicle, those times the vehicle used to be $90,000. He said by car, and this place is there. He bought his vehicle cash. Can you imagine this? He
Lord,
built
that's
his
it.
house. He said he sent his children to university on farming. So farming have money. So let me encourage the young people who sit down and say, no, I don't get a job. That's okay. Everybody don't make to get a job. Let us create our own job. Let us go into farming and create something for ourselves. Let us not sit down and wait for people to do it for us. Let us do it for ourselves. Let us work together and let us make money.
All right. Thank you, Petra Carbon George, Mrs. George. Thank you for joining me on the Clean Slate program. And this is just part one of that, because as you can tell, Petra has a lot to offer and she has a lot to say, especially on getting our economy back to where it should be, right? So we will hear more of Petra as we continue the Clean Slate program. I just want to thank Petra for choosing Team Unity and being a member of our organization. Thank you for choosing to work with us. Um, let us continue the work and see how we can get Dominica back to where we want it to be, back to the level that we knew, where Mr. Louis would go to Karam or SAG Motors and buy a vehicle for $90,000 cash. A petrol, I used to sell vehicles in high school, and I remember seeing the farmers coming and they give my dad the money to order their vehicle from Japan. Guys will get their trucks, guys will get their pickups and their jeeps to go on their farms, and they will get their duty free
Yeah.
and legitimate duty free for farming, not
Yeah.
not what we're seeing right now. I I
Yeah.
I did not go too much into it, but but all those things is what we want to get Dominica back on that level. Get
That's
the
right. That's
get
right,
the
Mr.
legitimate farmers the help that they need, give them the resources that they need, and let us focus on getting our produce out to the markets that are available to us. So, folks, thank you for tuning in with us. And before I go, I just need to I can't forget Eva, our shining star, our scholarship recipient, Eva Liebert from Kalibishi. I hope she's
Yes.
doing very
Our
well.
daughter.
Eva will be mentored by members of our team as she goes through her education process. Eva will her hard work earned her the award. She didn't just get it. She's a hard worker, and nothing is in life is free. So her work is what helped her to achieve the award. So with that said, I just want to encourage all of our young people, all of our students to work hard. You never know, somebody could select you based on your hard work to help push you to be better, give you that extra push that you need to get to the level that you're trying to get to. So thank you for being with me for the hour, and we will continue the conversation as we continue bringing the message of hope and unity to Dominicans, uh, both here and abroad. Folks, we'll see you at the next time we join you on our Team Unity platform. Have a pleasant evening, folks.
Good night.
There is nothing which is wrong with the country that a new government cannot fix. It is time for a new start, a fresh beginning, new direction, people-centered leadership. That's why Team Unity Dominica introduces the Clean Slate, a new political direction for the current political era. The Clean Slate, an idea built on new and progressive energies based on what is best for Dominica and Dominicans. The Clean Slate, the platform for a new and progressive political coalition. The Clean Slate, uniting the partisan colors with a message of renewal and hope.